Hello, my name is Signe Cruz. Today I will be talking about the issue of animal hoarding. I'm going to discuss some of the effects of hoarding, some laws that have been made to prevent hoarding, a court case, and some nonprofits involved with animal hoarding. So first I'd like to discuss what animal hoarding actually is. So animal hoarders are individuals who possess a greater than normal number of animals. This is kind of a loose definition, but basically it just means that they have a lot of animals. An animal hoarder is also someone who is unable to provide care for all of the animals that they have. So basically some of their animals will be suffering from neglect due to the fact that the owner either can't feed them or can't take care of them medically, or sometimes both. So hoarders are typically people who are in denial about the conditions that their animals are in under their care, or they're people who are cognitively delayed or have a mental illness who don't even recognize that they are neglecting their animals. Hoarding can be hazardous not only to the health of the animals involved, but also to the health of the people, because oftentimes in hoarding situations, the houses are dirty and covered with animal feces. And then not only does hoarding have a negative effect on the animals and the people involved directly in the hoarding situation, but it also puts a strain on the local government and shelters because they have to take care of all these animals during any court cases that are happening, and sometimes court cases can last for over a year. So in a situation where you have hundreds maybe of animals being taken care of by the government or by nonprofit organizations, it can really put a strain on the community. So most states don't actually have any specific legislation for animal hoarding, but there may be community ordinances in each, municipality. As of 2010, the only state that has specific laws against animal hoarding was Hawaii. And in other states, cases for animal hoarding are usually brought forward in a civil court on the basis that the individual who is the hoarder has violated some animal humane laws or animal cruelty laws. As of 2010, New Jersey actually had pending legislation on creating an animal hoarding specific law, and under this proposed legislation, animal hoarding would actually be considered a felony and would carry significant penalties and jail time. And then back to Hawaii's animal hoarding law. Under the Hawaii law, hoarding is defined as possessing more than 15 animals and a failure of that individual to provide proper food, water, and care for the animals. In Hawaii, hoarding is only considered a misdemeanor, but hoarders in Hawaii are also charged under animal cruelty laws for each of their neglected animals. So the animal hoarder is facing a lot of charges and a lot of penalties for neglecting all of their animals. And then, so there are many court cases where animal hoarding has come up and been an issue, and people have been charged with cruelty. But one case to note in particular was the Animal Legal Defense Fund versus Woodley. So in this case, the Animal Legal Defense Fund, or ADLF, they gained custody of over 300 dogs seized from a hoarding situation. These two people, Mr. and Mrs. Woodley, they had over 300 dogs in their house and on their property. So they were actually tried with this unique North Carolina statute, which allows for any citizen to bring charges against animal abusers. So what actually happened was someone in the community saw that all of these animals were being neglected and brought it forward to the court system. And then just another detail from the case is that the case actually progressed for over 3 years. So in this 3-year time frame, all these dogs were cared for in foster homes, and they incurred hundreds of thousands of dollars in expenses. So it's just another example of how much hoarding actually affects the community and the people who are helping the animals. There are numerous nonprofit organizations that have a strong stance against hoarding. Just to name a few, the Animal Legal Defense Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the ASPCA are all strongly against animal hoarding. The nonprofit organizations often provide care for the victims of animal hoarding, and they will assist the shelters with providing new homes for all of the animals acquired in the hoarding situation. And then on the other side of the nonprofit spectrum, there are actually nonprofit organizations that become a hoarding situation in themselves. One such organization was an organization called For the Love of Cats and Kittens, or FLOCK. They were an organization claiming to be a no-kill rescue organization for cats, but actually 700 cats were seized from them in a hoarding trial because someone saw that they were so neglected and they were not being taken care of by the organization. So, just in conclusion, animal hoarding is a serious problem facing companion animal ownership overall. Some legislation, such as Hawaii's law, might be useful for other states to adopt in terms of reducing the amount of hoarders. Other types of legislation that would prevent animal hoarders from acquiring any other pets in the future would also probably be very useful. It may also be useful for other states to adopt laws like North Carolina, where it would be possible for any average citizen to report cases of animal hoarding to local authorities and bring trials.